Being 205 was one of the worst life experiences I have ever been in. I've always had the constant battles of freaking weight gain, having low energy, low testosterone, having no self-confidence in anything that I wanted to do. I've always be the guy who has to pull his shirt, has it stuck in his stomach, and usually whenever taking family photos, especially in the Hispanic culture, I'm always feeling awkward. I had a girlfriend and we broke up. Obviously, she broke up with me, and I had my doubts, but it was mostly because I was fat. I've always been called those names like Big Roy, Big Back, Sas Gordo, and I realized that wasn't the person I needed to become. I let myself go. So I realized that there's one hobby that helped changed it all for me to lose 65 pounds of fat in less than 6 months and live a life that I never knew I was able to achieve. Live a life that I was able to feel confident, feel proud of who I am. And honestly, from the gift that I've learned, I could eventually help my other family members. Especially in the Hispanic culture and living in America, our parents are sort of obese. They never really care about their weight, and yet they always feel kind of shameful for how they look. They always make fun of their weight whenever they're taking photos. And I'm realizing that life isn't great when you have to be in those type of circumstances. So I'm telling you here my whole story and my reasonings of why you should exercise, because it honestly changed my whole life. The first real reason is because it was able to build a physique that I never knew I was able to achieve. When you're 205, you're fat. You have gyno, you have big rolls, you have small arms, you're weak, you're tired, all you care about is food. Your face is getting really puffy. You care about only stuffing your food or stuffing your face with food. And it's honestly, yeah, those foods are pretty palatable, but realizing that there's other foods like the healthy versions of them, the whole food single ingredient items out there, that you get the same effect. And not only they give you benefits for your body to work properly, but you won't feel guilty when eating them. When I started my weight loss journey, it was pretty difficult. I was going on every new diet because I thought losing weight was officially just going outside, running a mile every single day and eating greens and drinking water and starving yourself. Not until I realized that the diet that I've actually chose was an all meat animal protein diet. And I completely switched my weight loss journey, where I was able to eat a lot of animal proteins, like ground beef, eggs, ground chicken, chicken breast, turkey, tuna, constantly cycling these meals with another macro of fat. That is cooking things with butter, cheese, full fat Greek yogurt, nuts, avocado. Not realizing that this is what the major key of weight loss. But that being said, I was building a physique when I was losing the weight. It was amazing. I never knew I was able to achieve a physique that honestly would completely change my world. Because it tells you how hard work when going into the gym every single day, or exercising, or not eating that chocolate bar, makes you realize that all the hard work that you put yourself into, all the willpower that you needed to resist those types of foods, officially pays off. You start to see the results each month and month and month, in realizing that life can completely change in 1 year. Not only I feel more confident in myself, I don't have to be the guy who has to constantly pull the shirt, sucking, and just overall hating life because I'm obese. Because the American diet has completely psyoped your taste buds, thinking that you should always eat for pleasure rather than nutrients. Yeah, you look at that Domino's ad, it's telling you $9.99 for any topping pizza, but are you really going to let a company dictate how you're going to eat? Because not only you're able to build a physique, you don't want to destroy it. You finally get to lose all that weight, and eventually you don't want to ruin it. Why would you stuff terrible food in your body knowing that it's not doing anything good but harm? Realizing that the foods out there in the world that's already been provided by the whole universe has given you everything that you need. Everything that's been made out of cardboard box inside of a plastic bag is just man-made, and only really solely is purpose is just take money out of your wallet. They don't care if you're fat, they don't care if you're depressed, they don't care if you have anxiety, they don't really care about anything. All they care about is what you have in your wallet, and let them give you some sugar so you can be happy with it for a quick minute and buy it more. The constant loop of why you're buying those constant foods, you still struggle to give away. But that's the thing with the healthier options of better benefits of the food. Increased energy, weight loss, better mental health. It's crazy to believe that people out there in the world don't even eat like this. And it's just right there. Right there in the grocery store for you to be able to just capture. And it's relatively inexpensive. And the best of it all is relationships. You start to lose the weight and people start asking you how'd you do it. Everyone wants to lose 5 to 10 pounds. But you could be the person who could help them. You could be that person. Not only that, once you start going into the weight loss industry, like going to the gym, you start to develop new friends. The amount of people that I talk to in the gym, the amount of people that I'm able to fist bump, laugh at, have a good workout with, is phenomenal. And I wouldn't have gotten that if I was 205. I lacked confidence. But with this weight loss journey that I was able to put myself into, I feel confident about women, male friends. I used to be the guy who was always scared to take off his shirt at the beach. But now I feel free that I can take off my shirt no matter how I feel. When you realizing that these benefits they come into your life and start changing your whole world, then you really start to question what's possible out there in the world. You told yourself you were going to lose the X amount of weight, and you did. So what else can you do out there? You have the ability to control anything that you want in this world. Because you set your mind to it, you managed to lose all that weight and still progress daily through discipline, through willpower, through strength, through anything because you set your mind to it. And just living life, once you accomplish that goal, you feel a high that you never felt before. Now I get to live life how I want it to be, how I want to express the world, how I could be confident in who I am. Don't have to worry about clothes that show my nipples. I don't have to worry about pulling my shirt when taking photos. I can just now express who I want and not worry about it. So, if you really went to the end of this video, I really strongly encourage you, get into bodybuilding, because it's the best return on investment of your life. So put down that fork and go lift some weights, brother. And I'll see you soon. On a quick note though, if you want to lose weight more effectively, I actually have a weight loss program in the description down below, so you can filter through all the bullshit and misinformation out there in the world. Of course though, I'll be making these videos free for you until you trust me. Have a good one.